Addicts, we are just people, and to be perceived as outside of society just because you've made some bad choices. You know, they're all someone's son or daughter.
The north of England is at the centre of a drugs crisis, with the North East this year having the highest number of drug-related deaths in England once again.
We've seen a hell of a lot more people accessing the service over the last few years.
This has led to a radical reshaping of what addiction recovery is.
We want recovery to be accepted and celebrated at every juncture within this town.
And they hope this new positive approach to addiction can save lives across the UK. The northeast of England has seen rising numbers of deaths because of addiction for years.
How long ago?
We're all in recovery.
Now some towns and cities in this part of the UK are looking for unconventional solutions.
Right, let it sit for a bit before we start pushing down on it.
This charity in Middlesbrough wants the whole community talking about addiction.
You're an alcoholic? Ex?
Right.
You're an ex?
Cocaine.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm an ex-alcoholic. It's tough.
Every now and again.
The offer is simple: a free coffee to anyone willing to talk about recovery for 5 minutes.
The whole point really is to break down the stigma that's attached to addiction. When we do this coffee break, I guarantee you that I will speak to someone, and if they haven't got a problem, they know someone that has.
I lost my nana right before lockdown, so instead of grieving, I just used cocaine.
Yes.
By the end of lockdown, I was gone. 3 months later, I'm in rehab. You know, today I'm studying a 10-month clean. Do you know, it's a miracle.
Offering a free coffee doesn't sound that radical, but at its heart is a totally different way of approaching addiction.
All of our staff are in recovery. We're a lived experience recovery organisation. We want to show recovery as something that is filled with hope. It's filled with aspiration. It's filled with people living their best life and achieving great things.
One of the big things about Middlesbrough is it's right at the forefront of innovation.
Middlesbrough is the UK's first member of the Inclusive Recovery Cities programme. And today, volunteers and staff working in addiction recovery are meeting in the town.
It fundamentally challenges the idea that recovery is about getting rid of lots of bad stuff. It's a process of social transcendence.
Inclusive recovery is about revealing the value of people recovering from addiction to wider society, and crucially to remove the shame and stigma of the problem.
We can raid houses all day long, but actually what we need to do is make sure that narrative is right. We need a combination of multiple different tactics, but if we just do the enforcement, we're never going to get that whole picture.
Schemes like this one in Middlesbrough could soon be repeated across the country.
It is just fabulous that we have 5 cities represented in person here.
Volunteers and staff from various UK cities are gathering today to share ideas. Cities hope this will benefit wider society by potentially reducing crime, antisocial behaviour and alleviating pressure on the NHS.
Who is signing up for the next stage of this project?
Leeds is another city looking to join the Inclusive Recovery programme. The 5 Ways Recovery Academy puts on events and activities to give people new experiences outside of addiction.
I was a functioning alcoholic for 20 years. You know, I'd like to raise people's awareness that we are just people that have made bad choices, and we do deserve that second, first chance anyway, you know, what some people don't have.
Why is it that in recovery we often say one day at a time?
If I just think of it forever, it's just too overwhelming and it's off-putting.
I've been fortunate that my friends have been really supportive, but some of them have been quite shocked when I told them that I was going into recovery to stop drinking, because they didn't realise that I had a problem, because I was kind of like party girl, like, woo, come on, let's party. And I found out that I'd actually poisoned my bone marrow with binge drinking.
The aim is to make the problem as visible as possible and to make those suffering aware that they're always supported.
As society as a whole, you know, it is an issue that there isn't enough understanding of it. I think, you know, even from a young age in schools, this addiction affects anyone at any time. And, you know, a lot of people in the addiction are powerless over it. You know, it's not a choice that they want to make.
The new approach doesn't seek to replace short-term addiction treatments, but rather to ensure that people stay clean for the long term through continued support.
I think what we're seeing now is that it complements one another, that you know, we've got treatment services, but focusing on the recovery shows that people do get better, and we're hoping that there's like a full circle. So if people can see people getting well, hopefully that'll encourage more people to come forward.
Tonight is the recovery graduation, and we do this because this event is just so heartwarming and people love to come and celebrate with their loved ones. You know, recovery is lifelong, so this is the start of that next journey.
Former addicts are graduating today after achieving at least 6 months of staying clean, and these are the professionals and staff who help them on their journey. They believe addiction recovery is something to be celebrated rather than hidden away, and hope that events like these will soon be normal to the public.
I think it's important that we do celebrate it because it's still looked down upon a lot. Like, people still don't want to tell the family and friends about it, or they don't want the picture putting on social media.
No, life changes so much, and you change as a person, and you're so proud, and you do want to be celebrated because it's like, do you know what? I've done something really, really hard. I was living with my mum, drinking. I've got my own place now. I've changed my job. Everything's changed, not just the stopping drinking, me as a person and everything about me. So coming here and knowing that you're acknowledged for it, I don't know, it just makes you feel proud.
Happy, doesn't it?
Happy and proud.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Moving forward, it's hoped this pride can extend beyond the individuals and positively impact entire communities.